Hello and welcome back. In today's little episode, I'm going to get this tank ready to pull the eggs from there and put them in there. Not going to do it how I said I was going to do it, where I was going to say take the angelfish out and put them in there. Don't want to cause them any more stress. Don't want to hurt them. It's easier just to pull the eggs to there. So I'm planning on pulling the eggs when I can see two little eyes in the egg sac and they're just wiggling on the pipe. I'll pull them then because I know the fungus side is over with, and then I've got less work to do myself. So in this little episode, we're going to get stuck in to doing a little scape in there, putting some substrate down, putting some plants in. I'm going to beg, borrow and steal plants from other tanks, make do. So if that's something that interested you, stick around because it's coming up. So first of all, we need to remove these two stickers from the glass. I find it best to use a very sharp chisel on the flat and just pry them off. Leaves the glue stain. Glue stain comes off with a little bit of wind lean. Be careful where you're spreading it. You don't want it to go inside the tank. And a dry cloth just to give it a bit buffering. Then it's just a case of putting it back on and making sure it's aligned on the little foam mat. Next, we'll add a temporary light just so you can see what I'm doing, because it's pointless doing an aquascape in the dark. As you can see, the reflection is really bad. We'll try and get rid of that. Just for this demonstration, we'll just put this temporary light in and switch it on. I've got half a bag of sand left and we'll see how far this goes. What I'm probably going to have to do is go and take the sand out of that tote that the fire ant tetras are in and add that in as well. That'll have a lot of fish poop in, so it's a good little starter for the plants. As I suspected, there wasn't enough in that bag, so I am going to have to use this poop sand from the tote. What I will do is I'll scrape it forward, take all the dry forward and put all this at the back where I'm going to have the plants, and then at least a little bit of nutrients of the fish poop is in the right place. Of course, using wet sand sticks to the dustpan, doesn't it? So give a bit of a shake and we'll get this all sorted. Right, so all we have to do now is spread it out a bit, make sure it's tampered down, and then once we've got it leveled out, put a little bit of dry sand over the top just to keep it in place. That's all. Why not? Since we've got the tool in our hand, we might as well. So we'll just flick some dry over the top. Can you remember in a show when I showed you that my Amazon sword in the tank upstairs, the discus tank? I'd had a runner and it's got 7 or 8 little runners on. Most of them have got good roots on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off now and I'm going to have a little Amazon sword garden in here. Why not? It's free. So what I'm going to have to do here is separate them from this umbilical cord that comes from the mother plant. So I'll just take all the decent ones off, and what I will do is I'll rosette a couple of them. I'm going to try 2 different things with this. I'm going to try little separate ones that have got good root systems on, and I'm going to try to rosette the ones that's got little poor roots on and keep them on an umbilical cord and see what happens. With the rosette ones, what I will be doing is I'll be just wrapping them up, and within the little wrap up of the rosette I will be just adding a little bit of Job's plant spike underneath. Now Mark Shelby swears by these, and I've started using them as well, and they're ideal for, you know, these when you haven't got like a dirty tank and you just want to add a little bit of nutrients right into the plant. These little Job spikes are fantastic. Best thing I bought for plants. So now it's just a case of rinse and repeat. Do this a few times. Stick them in this corner because the filter's going to go in the other corner. So I want the plants on this corner. I'm going to have a little bit of a rockery, I think, just to catch any fish poop and maintain it in that corner. And then that way the mulm will just break down into the sand and then turn into plant food. And the circle of life is complete. Hopefully. Well, that's what I'm told. I put this sponge in a couple of days ago just to keep it wet and just to keep it seeded for this very job. I knew I was going to need one, and I knew I was going to need a dirty one to seed this new tank. So what's called a quick seed, just to get the tank cycled as fast as I can. It's only going to be a little fry, so it's not going to be a huge bio load that I'm going to deal with. So hopefully the sponge will do its thing and work out well. I'm going to set this heater at 28 prior to putting it in. Basically that's what the tank is above, so if I keep them both the same, then it's not going to be too much of a shocking temperature when I drop one in and one out. And also I'm going to stick it by the sponge just to get a bit of circulation from the sponge around it. I'll leave this for a couple of minutes before I switch it on, just to acclimate to the temperature of the water. It's the worst thing you can do with glass in the heat and cold is put it straight on, and having two different total temperatures could crack the glass and make it explode. So what I'll do is I'll leave it and then switch it on in a couple of minutes. And since I've got some Java moss, I might as well add it in. Just to tidy it up on the back, what I will do is I'll add a bit of cardboard, and that'll give that like manila look, kind of dirty puddle kind of look to the whole scape when it starts to come together and it starts to clear up the water a bit. You'll see it'll look like a dirty puddle, but it'll not, it'll be clear. So that's basically it. Nothing fancy, but it's all stuff I had lying around. I could salvage from other tanks, begbar and stole from other tanks. Just to quickly knock this up, just for a bit of eye candy, that's all. That's all it's supposed to be, a little bit of eye candy until I get the eggs. Now the eggs I'll probably be pulling in the next day or two from the top tank and putting them down in this one. So this gives us a little bit of a setup. I'll give the sponge a quick squeeze, that's why the water's so dirty. And in the next couple of days, we'll transfer the eggs. So today's the day we take the fry, put them in the next tank down, separate them from the parents. Oh no! Hopefully this plan works. Before I start, I've noticed there's a lot more fungus and white eggs in this batch than there was in the last batch. It's almost like they don't want to even try this time. Right, I'll try and do it as quick as possible so the eggs aren't out the water for that long. 1, 2, spill it a bit. Give you a quick look. Do you see what I mean? There was a lot more white ones in this batch that had just no chance. They're fungused up. Normally the angel eggs would have taken them out, separated them, looked after them. We'll give you a close up before. Obviously them will all be just dead eggs. Although I'm still breathing away. But for some reason the angelfish, like I say, have took away the dead ones. Let them fungus up. And here's the rest of them at the wiggler stage. Right. What I shall do now is get the baby brine shrimp freshened up. I'll give the remainder of these ones to the fire and tetras down below, and I'll get some new ones on the go for the next 3 days. Stop, stop, stop. Did I? Need to let it settle. Take two. So after the failure with the last batch, I have just been feeding the baby brain that I had on the go to the fire round tetras. So they've been well fed. What I'll do is I'll give this a quick clean out while these are still on the wiggler stage. Get some more on the go so they're just hitting nice when these come off the egg sac. This will drain the rest. Not all the way because I don't want to take the husks. And that is it. And that's just the rubbish that's left. Right. I think I might invest in some coffee filters and a little filter paper, so I'm not getting this net stinking all the time. Leave that there. There we go. There's a male there, and there's a female. And there's a better female just coming out. She's like a golden colour, that one that's just come to the front there. But if you're going to keep tetras, like I say, I would keep a better one than this. Yes, they are rare, but there's a lot better out there, to be quite honest. That's that male there, just darting back behind the rock. Not much difference, see what I mean, in colours. And that's the two befuddled parents wondering what's happened. And the next batch of baby brain shrimp, sea monkeys on the go. Feed these when they hatch. So that's it done. Hopefully this time it works, because I'm running out of ideas after this. The only other thing is the next time is take the angelfish out once they're free swimmers. Thinking about that is when I'm scooping up the angelfish, I'm going to be scooping up and I'll be constantly going backwards and forwards trying to catch fry and put them back into the original tank and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully this works. And that's it for this one. Oh, by the way, at the minute as it stands, I am 54 subscribers away from 1,000. So if you've made it this far in the video and you feel the urge to help someone out, let that person be me. Until next time, ta-ra. Boo!